It's Black History Month in the United States. This moment should be a time to remember how vital leadership and access for all people is to this nation's posterity. Over years, the nation flourished with the free labor of immigrants, people escaping oppressive kings, and yes, slaves. Black people, for the most part, represent the latter. There's no doubt that Black people have had a tremendous impact on this changing society. But surprisingly and unfortunately, some people are unaware that their economic and social empowerment goes well beyond sports and entertainment. Black History Month is about highlighting the value and achievement that diversity enables. The month should be a time to identify opportunities to raise all historically oppressed minorities and people. The idea gets lost in our national approach to cyber resilience. As a society, we still reward best grades, and we limit access to people who don't appear to have the propensity for the prescribed identity of the American success. Interestingly enough, the paradigm makes us all more cyber vulnerable and ultimately contributes to a cyber workforce shortage, a real cybersecurity threat we currently face. And Mike, what does any of this have to do with Black History Month? Well, America holds natural resources yielding energy to power us into a secure future. These jewels hide in minority neighborhoods under all of the institutionalized racism and systems of poverty. The federal government and corporate leaders must begin to unearth the talent instead of creating it. The rusty foundation of exclusion is rapidly eroding in the new digital world. Case in point, the weakest people across the globe can now strong-arm a mighty corporation or a once dominant country. We only need to look at our past to plot a compelling vision for the future. Black Americans and poor people have impacted every aspect of our health and wellness. The contributions to various wars and the society-changing inventions defined our nation. These achievements were instrumental to prosperity and America's modernization across the most challenging times in our young history. When it comes to national challenges like cybersecurity, the political establishment is distracted with shiny objects and news-grabbing data breaches. The cry for a stronger cyber-aware society goes unheard. National leaders seek expensive solutions while excusing a lack of appropriate training as incompetence. The lack of leadership hides in the palm of a finger that points always towards the technical person. You know, the ones doing the best they can with the limited resources they have. So I ask you, what do we have to lose? If we're not careful, this approach to exclusion will doom us all. The scenario represents the greatest of all predictable surprises. The good news and opportunity brought about by the cybersecurity challenge is we now have a value proposition for investing in underserved communities. You see, as the need for cyber professionals grow in this internet society, so does the risk to a cultural catastrophe. The problem is synonymous with our inability to function should the power grid be debilitated, or we can no longer find our way to Google Maps or without Google Maps. Ironically, our poor leadership is like the blind leading us all into the darkness. This passage is no slight on the blind because they appear to see better than most of us. The global cybersecurity skills gap provides an opportunity to not only employ people, but to give them careers. You know, make them taxpayers. And in return, it's a chance for the U.S. to tap into resources that has proven surprisingly resilient in our American past. This is Mike Echols. Thanks for listening.